Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Make sure my mic is on. Want to pop in and touch on this here topic because one of the things that I deal with every day coaching, which my one-on-ones will be slowing down here soon, carving out a little more time for myself. But one of the things I've been noticing as I'm working with singles is a very extreme sense of loneliness sometimes. And a lot of times there's tears on the pillow at night, a lot of desperation, a lot of this desperation, this loneliness leads to fornication. It leads to jumping into bed way too fast. Even for those of y'all who don't believe in trying to wait until marriage, you're still jumping into bed too fast. A lot of first night action, first week, second week, third week, all of that is too fast. Inside of 6 months is too fast. Even if you don't believe on being abstinent until marriage, it should never happen. Especially in this day and age with the way STDs and stuff is flying around, it should never happen inside of 6 months because you need time to get to know somebody before you decide to put your life on the line because you could lie down in that bed with somebody and wake up dead because you could catch something that you can't get rid of. And then you feel like ending your life because it has changed your life forever. And then if it doesn't end with that relationship, now you have that stain on you for the rest of your life that you have to live with. So that's why it's so important. And that's why I preach what I preach because I was fortunate to make it out. But what I'm noticing is today, that's not the case. It's just too prevalent. These STDs are too prevalent. So most people, like 50% of people who are fornicating and actively fornicating, end up with an STD and a life altering, incurable STD. So this is happening today, and you got to be more mindful of these things that come from your loneliness. So what I want you to understand is the reason why you're lonely is because you don't have a sense of purpose. Your tomorrows should be designed today. And when you design your tomorrow, if you didn't take the January affirmations course, then you missed that. But what you should be focusing on is every single day adding things to your life, your daily regimen. So if you look at the pillars of your life and the things you need to be happy, to be whole, to be healthy, to be successful, every day you should be doing one thing in each area. So if you want to be healthy, then you should be walking 30 minutes a day or doing some type of physical exercise 30 minutes a day. You should be crafting your meals on what you can and can't put in your body. You should find out your blood type if you don't know it. You should look up the blood type diet and you should start to plan your meals, whether you prep it the day before or you make it the day of or you go to the grocery store every day. But you should be, anytime you get ready to open your mouth, you need to ask yourself, is what I'm putting in my mouth helping me or hurting me? Is it getting me closer to my goals or further away from my goals? And so, if that's a dang if that's a Cuda Bear, if that's soda, if that's candy, if that's cakes, anything you get ready to put in your mouth, you need to question it and ask yourself, what is this going to do for me? And if you want to be wealthy, then every day you should be learning about money, learning about entrepreneurship, learning about business, learning about ways that you can increase your wealth. 30 minutes a day minimum. If you want to be emotionally stable, then you should be creating boundaries. You should have a window of when you're going to talk to your friends and family on the phone, a work window of when you're going to do work, and you know when you can and when you can't. Those things should be in place. So if you don't do that, then you can't expect to be happy and whole and healthy. because you're not putting in the work. So I want you to think about this and really start to talk to yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing to combat this loneliness? Every single week, you should have one outing a week. You want to find free outings if you can. So eventbrite.com, when you Eventbrite, send me a check. When you get on Eventbrite and you enable the location services, it'll bring up events near you. There may be events every night. Now, the goal of these events is not to go there and spend money and buy courses and get scammed out your money. Don't spend a dime. Go with the intention that you're not spending a dime unless you feel every fiber in your body that this course or whatever they're trying to sell there is worth it. The goal is to go meet somebody. Every day you meeting somebody, male or female. It's not about male or female. It's not about love. You just meeting somebody, because you could meet somebody of the same sex and be heterosexual, and that person introduce you to somebody of the opposite sex that's their friend or family member, and now you got somebody that you talking to in a dating relationship just because you getting out the house. If you have no kids, if you single and you have no kids, you should be full of libido, full of energy. And if you don't have energy, then you need to look at your sleep routine. You need to look at your eating routine, your working out routine. You should be just firing on all cylinders if you're single without kids. If you're feeling tired and sluggish and all of that, that is your fault. That's your fault, and there's no excuse for it, and you got to do better. You got to look yourself in the mirror, and you got to realize that your life is based on your choices. You're getting the results that you're getting because of the choices that you're making. And if you want new results, you got to make new choices. Point blank period. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You can't get around it. It is what it is. I know you want to be caught up sometimes. You want to be lied to sometimes. One lady told me, I'll take the truth, and I ain't finna let nobody make me feel bad about myself. Block! Feel bad about yourself. That's how you're gonna grow and change. You need to feel bad. That's why you're sitting there. And she was sitting there on that, talking about that with a face full of food. And I say, that's the problem. You don't want to feel bad. So you're sitting there and all you want to do is what you've been doing. And then want to come on here pretending that you're looking for a solution. Come on now. We got to grow and change. We have got to grow and change. Listen to me when I'm telling you this now. And so when you start to see, okay, let me get out this house. You ain't got to buy a new outfit for every day, but you need to be working on that. We're in the singles masterclass, and already we got a couple singles that's already like, I don't know if I want to be in the groove. I don't know. And that's the thing. Anytime you want to stay in your comfort zone, anytime you don't want to get out your comfort zone and do something new and do something different, that's why you're single. That's why you stay single, because you're not open to the process. You're not open to the possibilities. You're not open to it, so you can't receive anything. And you got to make sure that just because you done been single, that you don't get stuck in your single season, that you don't get stuck there because you refuse to be malleable. You refuse to be flexible. You refuse to grow, to change, to evolve, to experience, to explore. You got to be open to the process. And the process ain't gonna ever be just what you want it to be. It's going to be uncomfortable. That's the point of getting what you've never had. Getting what you want that you don't have. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to do what you don't feel like doing. You got to explore in ways that you don't feel like exploring. You're going to have to see that and feel that and experience that. So as you're going through and you thinking about this thing and you looking at, okay, what can I do? How active are you? The more active you become, like for example, I think it was me and Caleb talking, and he was saying that there's a lot of black women that's saying they want this type of man. And anytime I talk to women about this certain type of man, I throw a name out there. like Caleb name or somebody like that, and they'll be like, yes, that is the type of man. That's the type of man. But you know what Caleb do? Every single day he out the house. He go to the what it is, yoga, Pilates, gym, coffee shop, every single day. Dog park, walking his dog every day out the house, out the house. And that's what those type of men, that those men that are emotionally intelligent, high caliber, growing, maturing, learning, loving the Lord, doing the best that they can, they in those spaces. When the last time, how often do you do Pilates? How often do you get on Eventbrite and go to a conference? How often do you do yoga? I know some of y'all caught up by the, and stay out my comments about all that overly spiritual stuff. It's like you praying all day to different kind of stuff with your actions and what you watching on YouTube and TV. Hush. You don't want to go to yoga because you lazy. Tell the truth. You don't want to spend the money to be in there uncomfortable stretching. As long as you not talking to no God, it don't matter what kind of stretch you do. God don't care nothing about what the people talking about. It's like you got to be real. Like you go in there, it don't even hardly be no music in there. You is stretching. If you want to make it worship, then that's what you making it. That's stretching. We be too earthly, heavenly minded. We ain't no earthly good. Can't even go and get healthy. Trying, well, Pilates is against my religion. Yoga against my religion. That fornication ain't against your religion. That gossiping ain't against your religion. That backbiting ain't against your religion. That gluttony ain't against your religion. So how you want to just pick out yoga and just now you want to do a deep dive? Now you a world historian on the practices of yoga because you don't want to get active. But let you meet tall, dark, and handsome, flip and toss. But then I can't go to yoga. I'll say. But you getting flipped and tossed. But you're sitting here watching these toxic podcasts. The Lord probably wish you would go in there and do some stretching. Do some hot yoga. He probably wish you would. Instead of sitting here and having idols of other industries and all that stuff right there going on. It's like, because I'm seeing people who Christian and they go to yoga. It ain't affecting their life in a negative way one bit. So that let me know. Unless you going in there and you chanting and talking to another God, you ain't doing nothing but stretching. And you could be in there stretching in the name of the Lord. Because God made your body and God made it to move and God made it to stretch. So every movement, downward dog, it could be unto the Lord. But you active. Stop majoring in the minor. Stop trying to feel all super smart about stuff that don't even matter. And get education on things that really matter about growth, progress, self-love, learning, stretching, getting out your comfort zone, doing what's uncomfortable, going to that next level. And when you start to curate your days to where when your day get knocked off kilter, when something random pop up, it come up, but you got a plan and you're able to get back to what you know you're supposed to be doing. That's when your life gonna change for the better. Watch what I tell you now. Watch what I tell you. So, hey, think about this. Curate your days. Get out the house every day that you can. Minimum of 1 day a week, but you want to shoot for 3-4 days a week. And if you got the energy, then do 7 days a week. Get out the house. Increase your exposure. Do more. See more. Be more. Talk more. Network more. Introduce more. And work on your purpose. Every day you should be building your brand. Every day you should be building your business, building your nonprofit, building your LLC, building your marketing strategy. Every day you should be immersed in what God has you on this earth for. Whatever that is, you need to discover it and you need to work towards it every single day. So, hey, this Tony Gasson, God bless you. Guess what? I switched over to a new donation site. You'll see the link in the description. save that one. You could delete the other one because they came at me discriminating because they haven't seen a black man on their site raising funds. So they were asking for bank statement. I said, no, and I wrote it back. I say, send me your statement. I said, a nonprofit, it deal with the IRS. You're not the IRS. So why you asking me for a bank statement, my Instagram, my all that right there? I said, man, I am a celebrity life coach and Googleable. She gonna write me back. I'm like, oh well, we never did this level of scrutiny on nobody else. This isn't normal. I said, did you just give me a lawsuit? Did you just admit discriminating? I'm not raising another dime on your little raggedy platform. I'm gonna leave it up just in case somebody don't see this video and they still there, but I ain't promoting no more. So I done switched over to a new one. And then they took and verified me right there in less than 24 hours. Everything, all they see 501c3 website, everything. So sometimes you got to let these folks know we ain't to be played with, and you're not finna be sitting here making money off me, because when y'all donate, you was tipping. That tip, all that tip going to them. And then they're gonna come down there breathing down my neck like that. I say, hold on, now, nope, I'm gone. See, that's why if my product was in Target, I seen a lady, I just seen things say if they pull from Target, it's gonna cost them millions. Well, do a lawsuit then for them backing out on your DEI. But I don't go where I'm not celebrated now. What unless it's an accident. Sometimes I don't watch the news like that. So sometimes I have on something. And Tony, you know that brand right there is a Satan worshiper. You know that brand right there don't like black people. Oh, like forgive me then. I feel good today in it. So I catch up with it later. But I don't take my business where ain't celebrated. So hey, thank you so much. Patreon, Blessed Tribe, Tony Gaston Family Foundation Incorporated donors. I really, really appreciate you. You're gonna get tired of hearing me say it, but I just really, it's deeper than just a subscribe button. Y'all going that extra mile, and y'all really helping me make this next level possible. So thank you so much. God bless you, and we will be in touch. Oh, this right here should go up today by 4 p.m. Eastern, and then the review. Another Pop the Balloon, just whatever episode I ain't finished. I realized I finished one the other day and I doggone deleted it. So I figured out, but we just going through them for the lessons. I'm going in no particular order. Somebody told me to do the review, but then a couple people said ain't nothing to the review. So I don't know, but we'll figure it out. God bless you. We'll talk soon.